This isn't a political correct woke trigger warning. It is a warning for even seasoned people. It will be hard to watch.
I thought, not only am I going to die here, but it's going to be just a torturous death that's going to go on forever and ever and ever. When I thought, I'm going to die here, and my next thought was, I can't believe I just let them kill me. That was as much fight as I had, that I just gave in, and I gave up on my children so easily. How could you do that? How could you do that? I thought you were stronger than that.
Rape is not new. It's not even rare. It is such an evil truth. What makes this more horrifying? If that's possible. It's done publicly and in consensus with the public.
Our camera battery went down, and we had to stop for a moment, and suddenly Baha looks at me and says, we've got to get out of here.
Baha is not happy here?
People like him are appalled when someone speaks about cultural difference. Can you even imagine this happening in the West? They speak about the proportion, which is of course staggering. What is shocking is that it happens in the first place.
I was in Tahrir Square by my own, and I was subject to a very ugly sexual assault. To me, maybe it can rank as rape.
The sad truth is that you can tell women to stay away from these places. But the people from those places are everywhere now.
A few minutes, I was surrounded by tens of men. I don't know the numbers, and I had hands all over my body. They moved me, they grabbed me, I tried to run, but actually it was totally impossible because it was a mass of bodies. I just couldn't get out of it. And it lasted for almost 35 to 40 minutes, I think.
It isn't an isolated case. It seems like tradition.
I discovered that we were 19 women who were subjected to that assault.
Just hours after the Muslim Brotherhood's victory in Egypt's presidential election.
Wait, Muslim Brotherhood? The next footage is more irritating than disturbing.
We shoot jubilant crowds on a bridge near Tahrir Square, unaware that just a short distance away, a young British journalist was about to be savagely attacked.
It keeps piling up, the one nightmare after the other.
The young woman wanted to tell her story.
I was in this weird detached state of mind, and I just kept saying, please God, please make it stop. Please God, please make it stop.
Do you understand why this doesn't get attention?
Men started ripping off my clothes, and first of all it was my skirt, and that just went straight away, and I didn't even feel my underwear being removed, and then my shoes went, and then my clothes on my upper half were just ripped off me, and that was quite painful.
CNN's rooftop camera caught the moment an ambulance tried to push its way through the crowds to help her. By this point, she was being sexually assaulted by dozens of men.
Que tengo a mi espalda, el hombre intentó entrar armado. Un segundo, que estamos en directo. Disculpad, el hombre que tengo a mi espalda, el hombre intentó entrar armado. Un segundo, que estamos en directo. Disculpad.
Is there no law and order?
No.
Te tocar el culo.
Oye, este tío es tonto.
Bueno.
Oye, Isa, siento muchísimo.
Finally, an arrest.
When we drove from the airport into Cairo that night, moments after Mubarak had stepped down, it was unbelievable. It was like unleashing a champagne cork on Egypt. I'm anxious to get to the square. I got to be there because this is a moment in history that you don't want to miss.
This is so ironically sad because you know what is coming.
It looks like a party. It's a roar of sound because everyone's so excited and they're singing songs of the revolution and they're shouting slogans. And everybody's, very physical. So you're being jostled and pushed, and sometimes people get closer, and my guys are very protective. It's, they want to keep people at bay. It was impossible not to get caught up in the moment, which was a real moment of celebration.
This is what these people have been waiting for. They came here day after day. This is about freedom.
And here it comes.
Our camera battery went down. And we had to stop for a moment, and suddenly Baha looks at me and says, "We've got to get out of here."
Baha is not happy.
I was told later that they were saying, "Let's take her pants off." Before I even know what's happening, I feel hands grabbing my breasts, grabbing my crotch, grabbing me from behind. I mean, it's not, one person and then it stops. It's like one person and another person and another person. And I know Ray is right there, and he's grabbing at me and screaming, "Lara, hold on to me, hold on to me."
As she was pulled into the frenzy, the camera recorded her shout.
Stop! And I'm screaming, thinking, if I scream, if they know, they're going to stop. Someone's going to stop them, or they're going to stop themselves because this is wrong. And it was the opposite. The more I screamed, it turned them into a frenzy.
Because they're animals.
Someone in the crowd shouted that she was an Israeli, a Jew.
Why not? A woman and a Jew. The perfect storm.
I have one arm on Ray. I've lost the fixer, I've lost the drivers, I've lost everybody except him. And I feel them tearing at my clothing. I think my sweater was torn off completely. My shirt was around my neck. I felt the moment that my bra tore. They tore the metal clips of my bra. They tore those open. And I felt that because I felt the air on my chest, on my skin. And I felt my underwear go. And I remember looking up, when my clothes gave way, I remember looking up and seeing them taking pictures with their cell phones, the flashes of their cell phones. I felt at that moment that Ray was my only hope of survival. He was looking at me, and I could see his face, and we had a sea of people between us, obviously tearing at both of us, beating us. I didn't even know that they were beating me with flagpoles and sticks and things, because I couldn't even feel that, because I think of the sexual assault was all I could feel, was their hands raping me over and over and over again.
This happened 15 years ago, and it's still happening. In one way or another.
Stop! Yeah.
Non-stop.
No, from the front, from the back. I could hold on to Ray. I'm holding on to him. I didn't want to let go of him. I thought I was going to die if I lost hold of him.
The purpose of making videos really goes out of the window if you're struck speechless. And this voice doesn't give it the justice it needs. So I'll shut up.
Lost Ray. I thought that was the end. It was like all the adrenaline left my body. Because I knew in his face, when he lost me, he thought I was going to die. They were tearing my body in every direction at this point, tearing my muscles. And they were trying to tear off chunks of my scalp. They had my head in different directions. Oh yeah, and not trying to pull out my hair, holding big wads of it, literally trying to tear my scalp off my skull. When I thought, I'm going to die here, and my next thought was, I can't believe I just let them kill me. That was as much fight as I had, that I just gave in, and I gave up on my children so easily. How could you do that? I had to fight for them. And that's when I said, okay, it's about staying alive now. What more can they do now? They're inside you, everywhere. So the only thing left to fight for was my life. There was no doubt in my mind that I was in the process of dying, but it's going to be just a torturous death that's going to go on forever and ever and ever. Finally, some soldiers fought their way through the crowd with batons, beating the mob back. And that was the moment I thought, I have a chance to get out of here alive. And I grabbed the first soldier and I did not let him go. Boy, I was not letting go of him. He threw me over his back, and they still had to beat the mob back to get through it, back to the tent.
Subscribe or don't. I really don't care at this moment.